Welcome to our comprehensive astrological overview for November 2023. We will delve into the key planetary shifts and their potential effects on each of the 12 zodiac signs. It's important to keep in mind that these insights are rooted in Sidereal or Vedic Astrology, which considers the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. In November, the Sun makes its transition from a debilitated state in Libra to a more favorable position in Scorpio. This shift signifies a transformation in our sense of self and expression. Although Mars is in a combusted state, it also moves from Libra to Scorpio, its own sign, directing our actions toward deeper and more mysterious realms. Mercury, the planet of communication, moves from the balanced energy of Libra to the intense Scorpio. This transit shapes our curiosity and communications in profound ways. Venus, representing love and beauty, enters Virgo, where it faces challenges due to its debilitated state. Here, it encounters the mystical and otherworldly energy of Ketu, encouraging us to reflect on relationships and personal charm. Jupiter, the wise mentor, retrogrades in Aries, prompting us to reevaluate our beliefs. Saturn turns direct in Aquarius, underlining the importance of taking responsibility and putting in hard work. Additionally, the lunar nodes, Rahu and Ketu, begin their journey through Pisces and Virgo, imparting valuable lessons about achieving balance between spirituality and practical life, between illusion and reality. These planetary transits interact uniquely with each individual's birth chart, shaping the events and insights that November 2023 holds. In the forthcoming predictions, we will explore how these shifts might impact your life based on your zodiac sign. To accurately assess the impact of these transits, it is crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign offers insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you will emotionally respond to these changes. Additionally, take into account the position of your current Maha-Dasha lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current Dasha period. Please note that the specific outcomes you experience in this month will depend on your individual Dasha periods. For example, if you are currently in Jupiter's Dasha, the influence of Jupiter's transit will be particularly prominent in your life during this period. It's important to remember that the effects of these transits will vary for each person. Let's explore how these transits may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses they transit. For Aries, the first half of the month sees the Sun and your ascendant lord, Mars, transiting through the 7th house in Libra. Mercury will be in Libra until November 6th. This transit brings your focus to partnerships, relationships, and business collaborations. However, with both of these malefic planets positioned in the 7th house, it may not be a favorable time for domestic life. Conflicts and disagreements with your spouse or partners could arise during this period. This can make you assertive, passionate, and even authoritative in your relationships and partnerships. On the positive side, the first week of November may be favorable for business and partnership negotiations. This transit may also involve some travel, but it could bring wearisome journeys, digestive problems, and misunderstandings with others. While the malefic influence of these planets can be challenging, the benefic Jupiter's aspect from your first house can help mitigate some of the negative effects. Additionally, keep in mind that the Sun is in a debilitated state, and Mars is combust, which may lessen some of the malefic impacts. The second half of November sees the Sun and Mars joins Mercury in the 8th house in Scorpio, with aspects from Saturn and Rahu. In this phase, the Sun is in a friendly sign, and Mars is in its own sign, which can enhance positive outcomes. However, this planetary configuration suggests a major change in your overall life, which could be either transformative or stressful, depending on how receptive you are to change. You should be cautious about accidents and surgeries during this period. Relationships with in-laws may also become stressful. Focus on business benefits, but don't expect much improvement in personal relationships. There may be mystical or spiritual events taking place in your life, and your attention will shift to 8th house matters, such as shared wealth, transformation, and issues related to secrecy and intimacy. Financial matters should be handled with care, and be careful to avoid accidents. The intense energy of the 8th house may spark a desire to take control of matters related to transformation, joint finances, and inheritance. While the Sun's presence in a friendly sign and Mars being in its own sign can yield some positive results, it's advisable to keep a low profile during the second half of the month and be mindful of potential conflicts. Venus, on the other hand, is positioned in the 6th house in Virgo on November 3rd, conjunct Ketu. This placement indicates a sense of service and a desire to help those who are socially disadvantaged. Your inclination towards volunteer work and serving others may increase during this time. It's also a period that fosters a deep love for pets and animals. However, Venus in debilitation and with Ketu's conjunction can impact your relationships with coworkers, making you feel isolated or separated from them. This influence might extend to your relationships with your spouse, partners, and even family members. Despite this, you may find yourself investing a lot of time in research and exploring your creative interests and passions, though the effects may be somewhat limited due to Venus's debilitated state. Jupiter is retrograde in the first house, encouraging introspection and self-assessment. This retrograde phase may lead you to review your personal goals and philosophies, allowing you to refine and reevaluate your life's direction. Saturn's presence in the 11th house brings discipline and responsibility to your social circles and long-term goals. This can be a time for making long-lasting connections and achieving your objectives through hard work and dedication. The Rahu-Ketu axis is positioned in the 6th to 12th house axis, potentially bringing karmic lessons related to health, work, and spiritual growth. It's important to be mindful of hidden enemies and take care of your health during this period. Overall, November 2023 is a month where Aries individuals may experience a range of challenges and opportunities, with a need for balance and cautious decision-making in various areas of their lives. For Taurus, the Sun and Mars start the month in the 6th house in Libra, focusing on health, work, and service. This period is conducive for making improvements in these areas. Mercury will also there in Libra until November 6th. Mars in the 6th house boosts your energy and determination, making it easier to handle daily tasks and challenges, particularly in your work and routines. It's also a time when you can overcome your adversaries, and you may experience financial improvements. The first half of November holds the potential for recovering money lent to others, curing long-standing health issues, and achieving success in education. Additionally, this period may bring success in legal matters, debt reduction, and increased satisfaction of desires, both sensual and culinary. However, the debilitated Sun and combust Mars could temper these effects. Nonetheless, the first half of the month is generally favorable, though a sense of unease may persist due to Venus, your ascendant lord, being in a debilitated state and transiting with Ketu in Virgo. During the whole month, your approach to love and creativity may be impacted. You might find yourself drawn to love interests or become highly creative, skilled in hobbies and interests, or engage in activities that you're passionate about. A love for occult, mysticism, and spirituality may also surface, and you may invest more time in research and exploration of your interests and creative skills. However, if you are single, be cautious about your love interests as Ketu's influence can lead to disappointments and isolation in relationships. There may also be some distance or separation from loved ones and children as Venus transits towards Ketu. In the second half of November, the Sun and Mars move into the 7th house in Scorpio, joining Mercury that is already transiting in this house. This transit presents a shift in focus towards partnerships and relationships. With the Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, the potential for positive results increases. However, Saturn and Rahu's aspects suggest potential stress and instability in relationships. It's not an ideal time to expect significant results from marriage or partnerships, and starting a new relationship may be challenging. Businesses initiated during this period may require extensive hard work and perseverance for substantial results. Therefore, it's advisable not to place too many expectations on the relationship aspect of life. You may feel more assertive in your relationships and partnerships, but be cautious not to create conflicts. Mercury's presence can facilitate deep and meaningful conversations in your partnerships and relationships. Major planetary influences in November include Jupiter's retrograde in the 12th house, which encourages self-reflection and spiritual exploration. This is an opportunity to review your subconscious beliefs and desires. In the 10th house, Saturn emphasizes responsibility and hard work, particularly in career matters. This period is marked by discipline and dedication to your professional life. The Rahu-Ketu axis in the 5th to 11th house axis may bring karmic lessons related to creativity, children, and social circles. It's important to balance your individual pursuits with your social life during this time. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Taurus individuals in November 2023. However, the specific impact on an individual can vary based on their unique birth chart. As the month unfolds, Taurus individuals should be prepared to navigate the dynamic shifts in various areas of their lives, with a cautious and balanced approach to relationships and career matters. For Gemini, the presence of the Ascendant Lord Mercury in the 5th house along with the Sun and Mars until the first week of November sets the stage for enhanced communication and intellectual exchange. This planetary alignment encourages discussions and interactions, particularly related to creativity, self-expression, hobbies, and education. It's a period that supports the pursuit of your passions. However, Mercury transits into your 6th house in Scorpio on November 6th, leaving Sun and Mars in Libra. The first half of the month may introduce mental agitation, moments of embarrassment, and potential accidents. There might be an increased sexual urge that may remain unfulfilled, government-related fines and bills could arise, and you may not receive expected help from relatives when needed. Health issues, challenges in friendships, and financial difficulties could also surface. Thankfully, the benefic Jupiter's aspect from Aries to Libra helps mitigate the severity of these malefic effects. The debilitated Sun and combust Mars may further reduce the intensity of their malefic impact. In the second half of the month, the Sun and Mars join your Ascendant Lord Mercury in the 6th house. This alignment positions the Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, contributing to positive outcomes. However, Saturn and Rahu's aspects on the 6th house in Scorpio could lead to disputes and conflicts, particularly if you have high expectations in your relationships. Nonetheless, you are likely to emerge victorious in conflicts and disputes during this time. It's crucial to exercise caution regarding health issues, as neglect can lead to the emergence of long-term illnesses. The period is favorable for seeking treatment and remedies for persistent health concerns. Work environments may be stressful, necessitating conflict avoidance. Prioritize your health and make efforts to reduce the likelihood of disputes in your daily work life. Strive to maintain a calm and non-authoritative approach towards your coworkers, preventing confrontations from escalating. At home, Venus's transit through the 4th house can improve domestic harmony and enhance the sense of comfort within your family. You may find this time ideal for beautifying your home through modifications or adding luxurious and convenient items. A desire to stay at home and spend quality time with your mother may also arise. However, the presence of Ketu, though debilitated, could introduce unpredictable elements into your family life. Despite the debilitated state of Venus, it can still foster peace and a sense of contentment at home. You may develop an interest in real estate and contemplate purchasing luxurious home conveniences, possibly conducting research in this area. The effects of Venus's transit may be minimal because of debilitation, and it's advisable to be mindful of potential disruptions at home due to Ketu's influence. Jupiter's retrograde in the 11th house prompts a period of introspection regarding your social circles and aspirations. This is an opportune time to review your goals and the nature of your connections. Saturn's presence in the 9th house underscores the importance of responsibility and discipline in areas related to higher education, philosophy, and long journeys. It is a period to embrace these responsibilities with dedication. The Rahu-Ketu axis in the 4th to 10th house axis may introduce karmic lessons associated with home life, career, and your public image. Balancing personal and professional life becomes essential during this period. It's important to note that these are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Gemini individuals in November 2023. The specific impact on an individual can vary based on their unique birth chart. As the month unfolds, Gemini individuals should navigate these dynamic shifts with mindfulness, especially when it comes to relationships and health, while also exploring opportunities for personal and professional growth. For Cancer, during the first half of the month, the Sun and Mars reside in your 4th house in Libra, directing your attention toward home life, family, and emotional well-being. This alignment fosters a stronger connection with your roots and loved ones, making you more assertive in family-related matters. However, it also carries indications of potential health issues and challenges, both physical and emotional. Constant opposition from adversaries, lack of peace of mind, financial pressures, and domestic disruptions may be experienced. Additionally, this period might necessitate your absence from home and hinder decision-making. Mercury's transit through the 4th house enhances communication within your family and on domestic matters until the first week of November. Jupiter's benefic aspect on Libra helps alleviate some of the malefic influences. The debilitated Sun and combust Mars somewhat reduce their negative impact. As November progresses, the Sun and Mars transition to the 5th house in Scorpio, where Mercury already resides. This shift encourages creativity, self-expression, and activities related to children or hobbies. The Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign amplify positive results, but the joint aspect of Saturn and Rahu in the 5th house introduces stress in matters related to love and children. It's not an ideal time for planning for a child or entering a new relationship, and both education and creative pursuits require extra effort to yield results. Instabilities may arise in the life of your first child or in love matters, but this period favors research-oriented endeavors, stimulating intellectual pursuits related to creativity and education. With Venus transiting the third house for most of November, your communication and relationships with siblings and neighbors may improve. This is an excellent time to nurture hobbies, interests, and skills. You'll find joy in engaging in pleasant conversations with siblings and neighbors, possibly even embarking on short-distance travels. However, the conjunction with Ketu and Venus's debilitated state could introduce unpredictability and potential isolation in these areas. While you may become more sociable and eloquent during this period, the influence of Ketu may create some separation from siblings and neighbors as Venus transits closer to Ketu. The focus on research and the exploration of your interests, creative skills, and passions may yield minimal results due to Venus's debilitation. Regarding the major planetary placements, Jupiter's retrograde in the 10th house encourages a period of self-reflection and reassessment of your career and public life. This is the time to reconsider your long-term professional goals and the direction of your career. Saturn's presence in the 8th house directs your attention toward shared resources, transformation, and deeper aspects of life. It's a phase that may involve introspection into matters related to shared wealth and personal transformations. The Rahu-Ketu in the 3rd to 9th house axis suggests karmic lessons linked to communication, travel, and spirituality. You will need to balance your practical and philosophical interests during this time. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Cancer individuals in November 2023. However, the specific impact on an individual may vary based on their unique birth chart. As the month unfolds, Cancer individuals should navigate these dynamic shifts with mindfulness and strive to find equilibrium between their family life, career, and personal interests. For Leo, the first half of the month sees your ascendant lord, the Sun, in a debilitated state, while Mars resides in your 3rd house in Libra. Mercury joins this placement in the first week of November, and this alignment through the 3rd house enhances communication and interactions with siblings and neighbors. Going on short trips may also can be seen. This period encourages networking and short journeys, making you assertive in your communication and driving you to tackle tasks related to your initiatives, siblings, and learning. The transit indicates monetary gains, relief from diseases, recognition from superiors, honors, courage, and victory over adversaries. The benefic aspect of Jupiter is on Libra can enhance good results. However, the debilitated state of the Sun and the combustion of Mars may temper some of these positive results. As the month progresses and the Sun and Mars transition to Scorpio in the second half of the month, they join Mercury. This shift in planetary alignment directs your focus to home and family matters, as well as emotional well-being. With the Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, you can expect increased passion and energy in dealing with family issues. However, Saturn and Rahu's joint aspect on the 4th house may introduce stress in your home or with your mother, possibly leading to travel away from home and limited results in the 4th house. Regardless, you may experience a lack of peace of mind and will need to put in extra effort in home-based business ventures. While there are possibilities of gains in real estate, they may come after significant hard work. Mercury's presence in the 4th house stimulates intellectual discussions and planning related to home and family. Venus's transit through the 2nd house in Virgo, in a debilitated state for most of November, may influence your financial and material well-being to a certain extent. However, the conjunction with Ketu and the debilitated state could introduce unpredictability and potential financial instability. This period necessitates caution with your finances. You may be inclined to spend quality time with your family and focus on wealth-related matters. This transit can bring prosperity to your family, but as Venus transits closer to Ketu, may create mental or physical distance within the family. It's a time when you may develop an interest in music or singing, although the effects of Venus's debilitation may limit the overall benefits. In terms of the major planetary influences, Jupiter's retrograde in the 9th house leads to a period of introspection and reconsideration of your beliefs, spirituality, and long journeys. It's an opportunity to review your philosophical and spiritual pursuits, potentially reshaping your worldview. Saturn's presence in the 7th house emphasizes responsibilities and commitments in partnerships and relationships. This period may demand greater dedication and discipline in your relationships, both personal and professional. The Rahu-Ketu in the 2nd to 8th house axis introduces karmic lessons related to finances, values, and transformation. You may need to find a balance between your material and spiritual pursuits, recognizing the interconnectedness of these areas. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Leo individuals in November 2023. However, the specific impact on an individual may vary based on their unique birth chart. As the month unfolds, Leo individuals should navigate these dynamic shifts with care and be prepared to adapt to changing circumstances, especially in areas related to family, finances, and personal beliefs. For Virgo, as November begins, Sun and Mars, and your Ascendant Lord, Mercury transits second house Libra. This period focusing on communication and discussions related to finances and values. You are likely to be analytical about your financial resources, meticulously evaluating your wealth and how best to support your family. You can be very miser in this time period, and you'll be acutely aware of your family's financial condition. However, the presence of both the Sun and Mars in this house might also lead to losses, challenges like disputes, loss of prestige, and potential health issues, mental anguish, and financial concerns are indicated. Nevertheless, the beneficial aspect of Jupiter from Aries partially mitigates these adverse effects. It aids in wealth generation, supports your financial planning, and can contribute to lessening malefic effects of Sun and Mars. Sun's debilitation and Mars's combustion may also mitigate most of the malefic effects during this period. Mercury transits into the third house in Scorpio on November 6th. This shift places an emphasis on your communication, interactions with siblings and neighbors, and short journeys. During this time, you'll likely experience a boost in your communication skills and intellectual pursuits. With the Sun and Mars also present in the second house, be cautious about the potential for government-related displeasures, disputes, and a temporary loss of self-esteem. Health issues, especially those related to bile and wind, may arise. Additional challenges may include disputes with family members, your spouse, and children. However, Jupiter's auspicious aspect on Libra helps mitigate many of these challenges, enhancing your focus on personal finances and financial planning. In the second half of November, as the Sun and Mars enter the third house joins Mercury, your communication and interactions with siblings, neighbors, and short journeys may become more energetic. In this context, the Sun is in a friendly sign, and Mars is in its own sign, both enhancing positive outcomes. Nevertheless, Saturn and Rahu jointly aspecting the third house might lead to restlessness and a lack of peace of mind. It could prompt a sense of moving away from home and feeling the need to put in extra effort to accomplish tasks. Relations with younger siblings might become unstable, and hard work and perseverance will be necessary in business and educational pursuits. Additionally, parents' health might require your attention and care. The entry of Venus into the first house places emphasis on personal charm and appearance. However, Venus's debilitation in this house may limit its strength and influence. The conjunction with Ketu introduces an element of unpredictability in your self-image and self-esteem. Despite this, you'll be more conscious of your appearance and may invest extra time in grooming and self-care. This period can also be favorable for the start of a relationship. Overall, other people perceive you as pleasant and loving during this transit. Jupiter's retrograde in the 8th house invites introspection and a reevaluation of shared resources, transformation, and spiritual growth. It's a time to reconsider how you deal with issues related to shared assets, debts, and spiritual or metaphysical matters. Saturn's presence in the 6th house emphasizes responsibilities and discipline in your work, health, and daily routines. This is a period that demands hard work and dedication in your professional and personal life. The Rahu-Ketu in the 1st to 7th house axis introduces karmic lessons related to personal identity and relationships. You may need to strike a balance between fulfilling your own needs and the needs of your partnerships. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Virgo individuals in November 2023. It's important to note that the specific impact on an individual may vary depending on their unique birth chart. As you navigate through the month, pay attention to financial matters, personal identity, and relationships, and approach them with careful consideration and a focus on balance and self-discipline. For Libra, the month starts with the Sun, Mars, and Mercury all positioned in your first house. This is an exciting time as it enhances your sense of self, personal identity, and confidence. Your self-expression will be at its peak, and your ability to focus on your goals is intensified. With heightened energy, drive, and assertiveness, you'll feel more passionate about pursuing your desires. Mercury's transit through the first house enhances your communication skills, making you more articulate and noticeable. During the first half of the month, you might notice you, as the Sun transiting Ascendant. While this period has many positive aspects, it also carries some challenges, such as potential financial setbacks, obstacles, and health concerns. It's important to manage expenses and maintain good health. Be cautious and avoid confrontations that can lead to stress. On the bright side, the benefic aspect of Jupiter on Libra from Aries can help mitigate negative effects, and the Sun being debilitated and Mars being combust can reduce the malefic intensity too. As the Sun and Mars transiting into your second house in the latter part of November, your focus will shift to matters related to personal resources, finances, and values. With the Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, this period is conducive to financial planning and achieving your monetary goals. Mercury's presence can stimulate discussions regarding your personal finances and values, encouraging you to approach these topics thoughtfully. However, the joint aspect of Saturn and Rahu in the second house indicates potential stress within your family environment. This is a time when you'll need to exercise patience and compromise in matters of expenses and finances. Family life might experience some instability, so it's crucial to be cautious in both financial and familial matters. Throughout the month, your ascendant Lord Venus is transiting through its debilitation sign, Virgo, and is conjunct Ketu in the 12th house. This placement amplifies your spiritual and creative inclinations. You'll be deeply devoted to spiritual service, possibly visiting spiritual places and engaging in selfless service. Additionally, this position might encourage connections with foreign individuals. Nevertheless, the conjunction with Ketu introduces an element of unpredictability into your private life and might lead to hidden expenses. While your spiritual and creative sides are amplified, the effects are somewhat limited due to Venus's debilitated state. In terms of the major planetary influences, Jupiter's retrograde in your 7th house encourages introspection and a reconsideration of your partnerships and relationships. This is an excellent time to review your approach to cooperation and collaboration. Saturn's presence in the 5th house emphasizes responsibilities and discipline in the realms of creativity, children, and education. You may find yourself working diligently on projects related to these areas. The Rahu-Ketu axis in the 12th and 6th houses brings karmic lessons in spirituality, hidden enemies, and health. Striking a balance between your spiritual pursuits and daily life is a key challenge during this period. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Libra individuals in November 2023. Keep in mind that the specific impact on an individual can vary based on their unique birth chart. As you navigate through the month, embrace your self-expression, set financial goals, and focus on family matters with care. Your devotion to spirituality and service will likely continue to be a source of inspiration and fulfillment. For Scorpio, the month begins with the Sun, Mercury, and your ascendant Lord Mars are all positioned in the 12th house, which traditionally deals with introspection, hidden matters, and spiritual pursuits. During this period, you may find yourself more focused on personal reflection and seeking deeper understanding of yourself. It's a time for solitude, meditation, and analyzing hidden aspects of your life. Your assertiveness may be directed towards behind-the-scenes activities and spiritual growth. While this transit may help with self-reflection and inner exploration, it may also bring challenges such as losses, quarrels, and potential health issues. Discord in personal relationships, financial setbacks, and other adversities could be on the horizon. However, Jupiter's beneficial aspect from Aries on Libra helps mitigate some of these negative effects. Additionally, the Sun's debilitated state and Mars being combust may reduce the malefic impact. The latter part of November sees a significant shift as the Sun and Mars enter your own sign, Scorpio, joined by Mercury. This transition is likely to invigorate you with a boost of energy, increased self-confidence, and a strong desire to take charge of your life. With the Sun in its friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, you may experience enhanced determination and motivation. It's an excellent time to pursue your goals with vigor. This period can also improve your communication skills, making it easier to express your thoughts effectively. People will start to take notice you. However, the joint aspect of Saturn and Rahu in the 1st house indicates that you may undergo a significant transformation and face life-changing events. This could involve changes in your identity, and you'll need to work diligently on your life path. Entrepreneurial endeavors or self-improvement may be on the horizon, but they will require immense effort. Be open to embracing changes and potentially mystical or spiritual events during this time. Venus, in its debilitated state, transits the 11th house. While this position enhances your social life and creates opportunities for networking and forming friendships, the conjunction with Ketu introduces an element of unpredictability. This period may bring gains and rewards, potentially in the form of promotions or financial bonuses. It's an excellent time to connect with friends, expand your social network, and strengthen bonds with elder siblings. However, as Venus moves closer to Ketu, You may experience some separations and distance in your social circles, friendships, and relationships with elder siblings. You may also develop a greater interest in serving a higher cause or contributing to social welfare. This transit offers opportunities for monetary gains, although the debilitation of Venus means the results may be somewhat limited. In terms of major planetary transits, Jupiter's retrograde in the 6th house encourages introspection and reevaluation of your daily work, loans and debts, health, and routines. It's a period to review and work on these areas of your life, potentially leading to positive changes. Saturn's presence in the 4th house emphasizes responsibilities and discipline related to your home, family, and emotional well-being. It's a time to take your domestic matters seriously and work on building a solid foundation for your emotional life. The Rahu-Ketu in the 11th to 5th house axis brings karmic lessons related to social circles, creativity, and personal goals. You'll need to find a balance between your individual pursuits and maintaining harmonious friendships and connections. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Scorpio individuals in November 2023. Remember that the specific impact on an individual can vary based on their unique birth chart. As you navigate through the month, focus on self-reflection, harnessing newfound energy, and making careful decisions in your social and personal life. Embrace change and be open to the transformative experiences that may come your way. For Sagittarius, the month starts with the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in your 11th house, focusing social circles, friendships, and networking. This is a positive period for pursuing your goals and ambitions, with a boost in energy and drive for social and group activities. You'll find yourself more assertive in working towards your objectives alongside others. Effective communication within your social circles can lead to gains and opportunities in networking and collaboration. With most planets transiting favorably in this period, you'll likely enjoy a high status. This time offers honor, health, wealth, and success. Income from various sources, victory over enemies, acts of charity, family happiness, government support, vehicle-related benefits, promotions, dignified functions at home, foreign travel, trading profits, and improvements in health are some of the potential outcomes. But the debilitation of the Sun and combustion of Mars can dampen some of the benefic influence of this transit. In the second half of the month, the Sun and Mars transition to the 12th house in Scorpio, joining Mercury. This period encourages introspection and self-reflection, making it essential to take some time for yourself. This introspective phase, with Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, fosters positive outcomes. You'll likely concentrate on personal transformation and spiritual pursuits. It may be a quieter period, promoting introspective and reflective thinking and allowing you to analyze your inner self and past experiences. However, the joined aspects of Saturn and Rahu in the 12th house suggests caution in terms of expenses, losses, and possible strains on your finances. Foreign travel or stay might be limited or come with stress. Health and wealth management is crucial during this time, but it also presents an excellent opportunity for spiritual and mystical practices. With Venus in the 10th house for most of November, your public image and career matters are highlighted. It's a time when you'll likely enjoy a pleasant atmosphere at work, with positive interactions among colleagues. Your professional image will be one of a pleasant and well-liked individual. However, the conjunction with Ketu adds an element of unpredictability to your professional life. As Venus moves closer to Ketu, there may be some distance and separation from colleagues and social circles. While your public image remains positive, the influence of Venus in its debilitated state limits the results. Regarding major transits, your ascendant lord, Jupiter, is retrograde in the 5th house. This period encourages introspection and reevaluation of your creativity, children, and personal growth and hobbies. It's a time to reconsider your approach to these areas and possibly seek new avenues for self-expression. Saturn's presence in the 3rd house emphasizes responsibilities, hard work and discipline in communication, short journeys, and interactions with siblings and neighbors. It's a phase where you'll need to approach these areas with care and responsibility. The Rahu-Ketu axis in the 10th to 4th house focuses on karmic lessons related to your career and home life, emphasizing the need to balance your professional and domestic responsibilities. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Sagittarius individuals in November 2023. Remember that the specific impact on an individual can vary based on their unique birth chart. As you navigate through the month, make the most of the opportunities presented by social circles, focus on self-reflection, and find a balance between your professional and personal life. For Capricorn, the month begins with the Sun, Mars, and Mercury in the 10th house, focusing your career, public image, and goals. This period is favorable for your professional life, and it's an opportunity to shine and receive recognition for your efforts. Your energy and drive are boosted, making you more assertive in pursuing your career goals. As a result, you're likely to see success in your career endeavors. Education, acquiring new vehicles, improved earnings, support from government authorities, and assistance from friends are expected. While there may be obstacles, your determination will help you overcome them. Financial gains, successful ventures, and business improvements are on the horizon. Mercury's transit through the 10th house enhances communication in your professional life, making interactions with authority figures more effective. However, the Sun's debilitation and Mars being combust could temper some of the positive effects. In the second half of November, the Sun and Mars transition into the 11th house, joining Mercury. This period brings increased social activities, networking, and a focus on long-term goals and aspirations. Here, with the Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, you'll feel more determined and ambitious in your social and group activities. This is an excellent time to focus on your long-term goals and expand your circle of friends and acquaintances. However, the joint aspect of Saturn and Rahu in the 11th house may reduce benefits from elder siblings, friends, and your networking circle. You'll have to put in immense effort and perseverance, especially if you're looking to manifest your desires. Despite the challenges, the presence of Mars in its own sign can help improve the results. Venus in the 9th house enhances your spiritual and philosophical side. This period encourages a love for travel to distant lands, exploration of various religions and philosophies, and serving as a guru-like figure. You may also find joy in teaching, preaching, and counseling others. However, the conjunction with Ketu adds an element of unpredictability to your beliefs and higher education. As Venus is debilitated here, the results may be somewhat limited. Furthermore, as Venus transits closer to Ketu, there could be distance and separation from your children, romantic partners, teachers, mentors, and parents. Regarding major transits, Jupiter's retrograde in the 4th house encourages introspection and reevaluation of your home life, family, and emotional well-being. This is an opportune time to reconsider your approach to these areas and potentially make necessary changes. With Saturn's presence in the 2nd house, you'll feel the emphasis on responsibilities and discipline in financial matters and personal values. The Rahu-Ketu in the 9th to 3rd house axis focuses on karmic lessons related to communication, higher learning, and spirituality. Balancing your intellectual pursuits with practical communication may be essential during this period. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Capricorn individuals in November 2023. Keep in mind that the specific impact on an individual can vary based on their unique birth chart. As you navigate through the month, make the most of career opportunities, stay open to changes in your beliefs and higher education, and consider how you can improve your home life and professional sphere. For Aquarius, the month begins with the Sun, Mercury, and Mars in the 9th house, directing your attention toward higher education, spiritual pursuits, and long journeys. This is a period where you seek new knowledge and develop a broader perspective on life. Your energy and drive are channeled into higher education, philosophical explorations, and long-distance travel. Mercury's transit through the 9th house enhances your curiosity and communication in these areas. It's a time for engaging in philosophical discussions and expanding your horizons. However, be mindful of potential challenges during this period, including dependency on other people, disappointments, misunderstandings with your father, health concerns for your father, accidents, workplace issues, and confrontations with superiors are possible outcomes of this transit. However, Jupiter's aspect from Aries on Libra helps mitigate some of these challenges. Also, the debilitation of the Sun and combustion of Mars minimize their malefic effects. In the latter part of November, the Sun and Mars enter the 10th house in Scorpio, joining Mercury. This shift brings your focus to your career, public image, and professional goals. With the Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, you become more determined and ambitious in your career and public life. Mercury stimulates discussions related to your professional life, and you may find yourself working diligently to achieve your career goals. However, the joint aspects of Saturn and Rahu in the 10th house can create stress in your job-oriented career. Relations with authority figures, including your father, may become unstable. Mentally preparing for an entrepreneurial career or work may be a wise move during this time. You must also pay attention to your father's health. Despite the challenges, the powerful presence of the Sun and Mars in the 10th house bodes well for your career, as long as they are transits this house. Venus will be in the 8th house in Virgo for most of November, enhancing your interest in hidden or occult matters. you may be drawn to research and explore mysticism and hidden information. Additionally, your interest in serving others and benefiting from their wealth may grow. This period could involve inheritances or gifts from in-laws. However, be cautious with financial matters and shared resources during this time. As Venus transits closer to K2, you may feel tension, separation, or distance in your relationships with in-laws, parents, and teachers. The fact that Venus is debilitated in this house means that the results may be limited. In terms of major transits, Jupiter's retrograde in the third house encourages introspection and reevaluation of your communication, short journeys, and relationships with siblings and neighbors. This is an opportunity to review and improve these areas in your life. The presence of your ascendant lord, Saturn, in the first house emphasizes personal discipline, self-identity, and self-improvement. You may take on more responsibilities and work diligently on self-development. The Rahu-Ketu in the 10th to 2nd house axis introduces karmic lessons related to your career and finances. Balancing your professional aspirations with your financial well-being will be a significant theme. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Aquarius individuals in November 2023. Keep in mind that the specific impact on an individual can vary based on their unique birth chart. As you navigate through the month, focus on your educational and spiritual pursuits, manage career-related stress, and be attentive to your financial matters and personal growth. For Pisces, the month begins with the Sun, Mars, and Mercury occupying the 8th house, focusing on transformation, shared resources, and occult matters. This period encourages you to seek a deeper understanding of life and might lead to personal changes. Mars in the 8th house enhances your energy and drive in areas related to transformation and the occult, making you more assertive in pursuing your deeper interests. Mercury's presence in the 8th house fosters your curiosity and communication about matters concerning occult and shared resources. This is a good time for discussions on profound topics. However, some challenges may surface during this period, including possible quarrels with friends, health issues such as high blood pressure, litigation, and financial concerns. It's vital to exercise caution to avoid accidents, especially with sharp objects, and health problems. However, the Sun is debilitated in this sign and Mars as combust can reduce the malefic intensity, and the beneficial aspect of Jupiter on Libra can help mitigate many of the negative effects. Still, it is a time to be vigilant and avoid unnecessary complications. In the latter part of November, the Sun and Mars transition into the 9th house, joining Mercury. This shift directs your focus toward higher education, spirituality, and long journeys. With the Sun in a friendly sign and Mars in its own sign, this is a favorable period for expanding your knowledge and seeking personal growth. The Sun's friendly position and Mars' influence make you more determined and ambitious in matters related to higher education, spirituality, and legal affairs. Mercury's presence stimulates discussions related to higher knowledge, travel, and philosophical matters. However, the joint aspects of Saturn and Rahu in the 9th house requires caution. It's essential to be mindful of your parents' health and potential challenges in your interactions with authority figures. Success in higher education may demand hard work and focus, and you could consider changing the direction of your educational pursuits. Travel should also be approached with care during this period. For most of November, Venus transits in the 7th house Virgo, enhancing your relationships. This is a time where you may form a new relation or person's marriage time can be predicted through this transit, but considering Ketu's presence, you may also have a karmic relation with this person. You have a genuine desire to connect with others, and this period is relationship-oriented. However, Venus is in its debilitation sign and conjunct Ketu, which may minimize the overall effects of this transit. And Ketu generally not good at relationship houses. It's important to be cautious in your relationship with others and remain aware of potential unpredictability in your partnerships. Regarding major transits, your ascendant lord, Jupiter, retrogrades in the 2nd house, prompting a period of introspection and reevaluation of your values, finances, and family matters. This is an opportunity to review and enhance these essential aspects of your life. Meanwhile, Saturn's presence in the 12th house highlights responsibilities and discipline in matters related to the subconscious, solitude, and spiritual practices. You may find yourself drawn to spiritual pursuits during this period, but be prepared for a sense of responsibility in those areas. The Rahu-Ketu axis in the 1st to 7th house indicates karmic lessons related to your identity, relationships, and partnerships. It suggests a need to balance your individuality with your interactions with others. Your self-identity and your connections with significant others are undergoing a transformation. These are general interpretations of the planetary transits for Pisces individuals in November 2023. Keep in mind that the specific impact on an individual can vary based on their unique birth chart. As you navigate through the month, embrace transformation, pursue educational growth, and approach your relationships with mindfulness. As we wrap up this transit episode, remember that these insights are based on Sidereal or Vedic Astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. It's an exciting month ahead with astrological movements impacting all aspects of life. If you'd like more personalized predictions for your specific zodiac sign or have any questions about your astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more astrology insights. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you once again for joining us, and we eagerly anticipate sharing more astrological wisdom with you in the future. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.